So I guess the biggest change that's happened in the world of music is there used to be, you made the music, there was one place to hear it, that was the radio. There was then one place to buy it, which was a record shop, and there was one way to consume it, which was a record, or possibly a cassette, and ultimately then a CD. Now, there's a proliferation of channels, of formats, of ways in which you can find, discover, and consume music, and that's kind of completely changed the way that the entire music ecosystem, if you like, works. I mean, it's a thorny issue, so it's a difficult thing to kind of pronounce on in an absolute way. I think in the first instance, it's important to remember that most popular music is in fact, well, certainly popular music of the 20th century, rock and roll is in fact a euphemism for sex. So I think that the two things have historically gone hand in hand. I guess the issue there is about, potentially exploitation and so on, trying to balance the fact that, for example, the latest Miley Cyrus video generated a massive amount of views and attention to her, and equally it was a choice, an artistic choice that she chose to make, not one which was foisted upon her by someone, but it was part of her desire to reposition herself. So it's a really difficult area. I mean, it's a choice that every individual, I think, has to make between whether they're comfortable with that sort of thing or not. Certainly it's difficult for us to take a position, because even though we may or may not disagree with it, the problem is ultimately, in this particular case, the artist ultimately has the decision as to what they want to do, and that was driven by the creative vision that she had for herself. So that's on our side of the equation. On the consumer side of the equation, it's tricky because, of course, I completely understand the whole issue around, does that sexualize? What message does that send to young girls? Is it empowering or is it exploitative? All of those questions are very real questions. I think there's probably greater minds than mine that will pick them apart.